We greet you, our viewers, and welcome to nWealth Money TV. We are having conversations around money, but this time around, of course, as we started in our last series looking at the business strategy. The strategy that has been, observed and has been found to be very valid is brand strategy, and that's what we are concentrating on today. I am glad to have in studio today my friend and an expert in branding strategy. His name is Ben Mukoma. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Perhaps just introduce yourself and tell us business branding strategy. What's that? What do you do?
All right. I'm Ben Mukoma. I'm a brand strategist and designer, founder of Kenyan Graphic. We simplify branding so people can just leave an impact and make a profit. That's pretty much what I do. I find businesses that are starting or they're changing direction, they're rebranding, work with them, they get customers. They leave an impact. We all need to leave an impact in this world. That's what I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. Now, let's just break it down for my viewers. I know some of these terminologies look a little bit complicated. Brand positioning. What exactly is that, and how does that one then create value for the businesses?
Brand positioning. Well, I think let's just demystify something. What a brand is.
Yes.
A brand is not your logo. A brand is not a design that you have. You go to a design and say, now I have a brand. You have a website, you say, now I have a brand. A brand is not what you say it is. It's not what you design. A brand is what they say about you. A brand is the gut feeling. Let me give an example. If I say the word horse, everybody here will have a perspective towards what a horse is. You're probably thinking of something majestic.
Yes.
Probably the mane is flowing. A lot of opulence in strength, just by the word horse. If I say turkey, well, I think most Kenyans have a perspective of turkeys about being chased. The brand perception of a horse is different as compared to the brand perception of a turkey.
Yes.
And that is the same thing with even companies. So if I say, for example, Apple, there's a perception that you have in mind.
Yes.
That is the brand. Whatever design they've done, whatever product they're producing, you have a perception of them.
Yes.
That is the brand. So the brand is the gut feeling that they have about you, so at a personal brand level, about your product, about your company. That is a brand. And therefore, brand positioning is what level are they putting you at in their heads? What are they thinking about you? You can't build a brand by the designs. You can only influence it. You can only influence their perspective towards you. You can only influence it. Yes. So brand positioning is the place they put you in their minds when they think about your company and think about you.
Wow. And so then, depending on where they put you, how does then that affect your business as a person?
You see, if I love tech. I love tech, and I think I'll use a lot of examples that are tech or automotive cars. So if I say, for example, Oppo, if I have two phones, an Oppo and an iPhone, as a result, if I tell you I'm selling them, you will expect to spend more on the Apple one.
Okay.
The iPhone. True. You will expect it. Like, I don't even have to tell you the price. By default, you already expect it.
Yes.
And the advantage of a brand, it pre-sells you to the customers. At a personal level, your personal brand will pre-sell you when you're going to an interview, for example. You have a personal brand, so you're going to discuss, hey, I'm a videographer, I'm a photographer, I'm an accountant. Your personal brand will make people either pay you peanuts or otherwise. So if you have a brand, it pre-sells you and you do way better. If you don't have a brand, man, you're not trustworthy. No one knows you.
Yeah, true.
No one knows you. You might be the best thing, but you're just the best kept secret.
Yes.
So no one knows you. So there's no value in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, let me begin off with a guy who's just coming in the market. This is their first time they're appearing and they're beginning their business, and that is one of their targets.
Okay.
How do they begin and where?
In building a brand?
Yes.
Okay. I think first of all, you have to figure out who you are. At the core of brand strategy is an understanding of who you are, what you do, and why it matters. If you can answer those three questions, regardless of whatever brand you're building, whether it's going to be a product business, a service business, a personal brand, what do you do? Who are you? What do you do? And why does it matter? If you can answer those three, you'll be okay. Most people cannot answer the third.
Okay.
Some people can answer the second.
Okay.
Most people can answer the first. Who are you? I'm a photographer. I'm a videographer. What do you do? I shoot photos, videos, weddings. Why does it matter? I don't know. To give me money? No. You see, that is a self-egocentric perspective towards what the brand is.
Correct.
Because the brand is, how valuable is it to the audience?
Okay.
The question is, how valuable is it to you? So if you're beginning, think about, okay, so this is my business. This is the thing that I'm offering. Who am I offering it to? So your target audience. Know them so well that if you find 10 people working, you can know that's a possible client, that's not a possible client. You know them that well.
Yes.
Know your customer so well that you're crafting the messaging for them, you're crafting the product for them.
Yes.
An auditor, someone beginning, let's say a consultancy in auditing.
Yeah.
What are they auditing? Are they auditing small businesses or multinational companies?
Yeah, true.
You need to know, because then if you know where your audience is, who your audience is, you know where they are, you
Yes.
know what needs they have, what do they expect concerning the customer journey, how you're going to be handling them.
Yeah.
Are they expecting invoices, back and forth, legalese, contracts? If you're working with a small business and you're an auditor,
Yeah.
man, you don't need all these things. You really don't.
Yeah.
So if you're starting, first of all, figure out who you are, what you do, and why it matters. Because in that, you will have answered who you're doing it for. You will have answered how to craft your product. You will have answered all that. And then now finally go to the market. So know who you are, go to the market. Going to the market now, that's where the challenge is really. But
Yes.
yeah, but you need to know who you are.
Okay.
I have found so many businesses that go out selling the service, selling the product. Hey, we have the best shoe. Hey, we have this. They have a lot of information about what they're doing. So let me get a bit intimate here.
Yeah.
So going out and telling someone, hey, I'm a man,
Yeah.
that doesn't differentiate you from me.
Yeah, true. True.
Just telling people I'm a man. But most people go out in the business saying that, hey, we sell carpets. They're just saying I'm a man.
Yeah.
What's the
Because
differentiating factor?
Many people are selling carpets.
Many
actually.
people are selling carpets. What's
Yeah.
different with your carpets? What's different with your carpets? It's
Yeah.
understanding, so this is what I do, this is why it matters, and communicating that to the respective audience.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you go out saying you're a man, you don't get to woo anyone.
Yeah.
You're just making noise in the marketplace.
True.
Yeah.
I like that. We will be coming back to the product differentiation because you mentioned it, and I'm thinking it's an important thing. But before I go there, for the person who's building their brand, is there like a timeline where they need to check and see that they have actually built something substantive? Like, I can actually say that my brand is actually outside there. So is there a timeline where you're able to say, this is a good time to put for myself to do an evaluation and check and see that I've actually done something regarding my brand strategy?
Actually, yeah. A brand is built one mind at a time. A brand is built one person at a time. And so if you are entering the market and you've served two people, you can actually evaluate the strength of your brand if their perspective concerning your business is consistent with what you think about your business already. Already, that's why they recommend, for example, with the first 20 clients that you get in any business, talk to the clients, know what they think about your business. Are you pricing okay? Were they handled okay? Were they expecting some other procedures to happen and they didn't happen? Were they disappointed? You can actually tell per client. But brand strategy, you see, is built on business strategy. Business strategy answers the question of how can the business benefit me as a stakeholder, as a shareholder? That's the business strategy. The brand strategy answers the question that the customer is asking. How can this business help me?
Yeah.
How can it create value for me?
Yeah.
And so if you want to evaluate, a typical timeline would be, if you were thinking about scale, probably for a cost-based business, and I'll define the terms.
Yes.
For a cost-based business, I think after you've done approximately 6 months to 18 months. For a value-based business, not earlier than 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you can actually evaluate. So a cost-based business is a business that is built on volume. Most product businesses are cost-based businesses, whereby how they make their money is finding a lot of bends, a lot of masses, a lot of jaffets, and they are finding several of them and getting small margins.
Yes.
Right? And when you make small margins, then in the long run you have your bulk of cash.
Yeah.
A value-based business, on the other hand, you can possibly get 10 clients per year, and you do well with 10 clients because the clients you have are Safaricom, Airtel, Zuku, Fiber. Those are the clients that you're handling, and you don't need a million clients for that. And so if you have that perspective, then if you're a cost-based business, you have a bigger sample size to look at in terms of feedback. Because again, you're not looking at, oh, is my website designed well? Is my logo looking nice? It is, what is the customer thinking about my business?
Yeah.
So if you're a cost-based business, you need to find the feedback from more customers.
Yes.
If you're a value-based business, you just need a few.
Yeah.
If you only need to have 10 clients so that you do well,
Yeah.
do well for yourself, your team, your
Yeah.
family, you don't need many.
Yeah.
You just need a few people that will give you actual feedback, tangible feedback. Amazon has come to Kenya, you've secured them, it's been a year of contract. And I say, what do you think about my brand? What do you think about the business? They'll actually give you feedback, and they're like, yeah, I think you're very cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're very expensive. I think your people are rude.
Yeah.
And that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let-
built on the business model.
Yeah. Let me ask you, you've talked about getting the feedback from the customer.
Yeah.
How do you make sure that it's genuine? Because sometimes people want to, yes, they move, or they have a lot of things to do, and some fake. How do you make sure that you're getting a genuine feedback?
For as long as there is interaction with the customer across the board, like everybody in the team is interacting with the customer, there should be systems whereby they ask, do you like it? So I'm selling this carpet. I'm going back to the example of carpets. So we have 3 carpets for you. Which one do you like? Oh, okay, fine. We sent our rider. Did you enjoy working with the rider? So whoever is handling that delivery.
Yeah.
Or did you enjoy working with the rider? That real-time feedback.
Yeah.
I think most businesses have been caught up with this. It's common with Java.
Yes.
And I'm not attacking Java. System whereby after you do the service or you give the product to the client, you send a message. If you'd like to give feedback, please respond with 1. On a scale of 0 to 10, how often would you recommend this service? As a client, I don't have time for that.
Yeah. True.
Truly.
Yeah. True.
I have bought the product, I have gotten the service, I am moving on to the next thing.
Yes.
I have 24 hours, I don't have time to give feedback to 15 companies that I bought from today. And therefore, in the heat of the moment, if you are interacting with the client at whatever level, actually ask them, do you like this? Don't you like this? That real-time feedback, and then having internal systems of now, when I get feedback, as Ben, I am busy updating everybody. I don't know if it's a small company, of course, you have a WhatsApp group. If it's a bigger company, you probably have a dashboard or some other means like that, whereby everybody is giving feedback. So this is what I got from the customer.
Yeah.
And that means, of course, you have to trust your internal people. Not that Ben was being told by Japheth, I hate the carpet.
Yeah.
But then because I do not want to look bad in front of the boss, I'm busy saying, yeah, Japheth like the carpet.
Yeah, true.
Like just a good team that we are all united in purpose, in vision. We want to help the customer.
Yes.
So that is really the most effective, the conversations. It's in the conversations that you can pick up a lot of information.
Yeah.
This other thing of send messages, go to this website and click, send an email, and everybody responds. I think Jumia has that.
Yeah.
It's pretty tiring, removing someone from their schedule just to give that feedback.
Yeah. True.
So make it real. At the interaction with the customer, ask for feedback at that time.
True.
Yeah.
Now, while still on the same, before I move on, give me 3 questions that I'm going to ask the customer and get feedback that will help me know where I am.
Do you like it? In the here and now, do you like it? So you're buying this, do you like it? Because at times they're buying not because they like it or they're not spending on you. They're just spending because, man, there's no other option.
Yeah.
So you're the only one who is selling this carpet that is made of lace.
Yeah.
It's expensive,
Yeah.
but I don't like it. I probably don't like the product or I don't like the price, so do you like it? And then, did you like how you were handled?
Customer service.
it's very key. It's very key. Sometimes you don't even have to ask if they like how they are handled, because they'll be like, oh, thank you so much for helping me. Oh, you're so nice. So immediately you're like, yeah, they like. It doesn't make sense whereby a customer tells you, oh my God, you are so nice, Japhet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then after, so did you like how I served you?
Like I've just said it.
I've just said,
Yeah.
are you fishing for compliments? Are you insecure? What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, if possible, call them anywhere. So if, depending on what you're selling them, if it's something that is meant to take effect, let's say after 3 months, call them after the duration that the impact is meant to have been felt. So if you sell, for example, back to the example of carpets, ideally you will know if you like, it fits within the aesthetic of the house, if it's nice in a month or two. Call them after 2 months, hey, you bought a carpet from us, is it okay, is everything okay? Customer will be like, oh wow, I've never bought a carpet and been asked such questions. Yeah, it's nice. In fact, the other day, my child spilled milk on it. It was very easy to wash. They'll give you that feedback at that time. So depending on when the impact is meant to be. So in my space, for example, in the branding space, I call clients minimum a year after we've done the projects. So after they've gone into marketing, they've gone into execution, I call them a year after. So we did the designs for you. We gave you a strategy as to how you should reach the clients. Is it bringing in profit?
Yeah.
Because within a year we should know.
Yes.
If it's a value-based business and there's content marketing that is happening, we told them ideally it takes anywhere between 6 months and 18 months. Call them after 18 months. So we told you to do content marketing. What's the feedback?
Yeah.
And is it translating to the money? Because you might have several likes and shares
Yeah.
and lots of comments, but there's no money.
Yeah.
You're just famous,
Yeah.
but there's no money. So is it working in terms of now the bottom line? Is it working? So you can actually call after and see if the impact that they desired
Was actually created and felt. Yeah, before I move on the question of evaluation and brand audit, how do I balance between stubborn clients who always give negative comments to those that are actually genuine? Because sometimes, truth be told, you meet people who are just difficult. Yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
This will sound so harsh. God doesn't please everyone. There are people who take fault with God. So that is a premise that you can't please everyone.
Yeah.
All right. So you're building out a business to serve specific people who would like what you're doing, how you're doing it, and you're configuring everything for that specific kind of audience. If a majority of that audience says that there's something that they don't like, the fault is on you.
Okay.
Don't blame the customer. Go figure out your systems. Go figure out who is messing up in the company.
Yes.
What's wrong with your product. So if everybody that you're targeting says the product is not working, the problem is you.
Yes.
You have a product development problem.
Yeah.
So if a majority of the people like the product and they love the service, but there are few people who, no matter what you do, they still have complaints, imagine it's okay to fire them. It's okay. Like, there are many other people that they could go to for this product or for this service. You have tweaked everything to ensure that they're okay.
Yeah.
And it's not working. It's okay to tell them, hey, I don't think this relationship is beneficial to you, not to us. Because first we can keep tweaking the business, but then if you're taking the business, we are tweaking it for everybody else.
Yeah.
So for you, I don't think this will be beneficial. My language typically is, I don't think this relationship is going to benefit you in the long run.
Yeah.
You've shown discontent until now. We've tried tweaking, we've tried having conversations, but somehow there's just a disconnect between what you envision and what we can offer.
Yeah.
And I think it's just best to end the relationship.
Yeah. I think I like that because you don't have to tweak the entire business just to suit one person.
You can't tweak the entire business to suit one person.
Yeah. True. That is the end of our show. We appreciate you for always joining us and thank you for following through the conversation. We're hoping that you've picked a lot of nuggets from that and you're writing them down. Remember to click the like button, share these within your circle, let as many people as possible learn from this. Until we see you in the next episode, the Lord bless you.